Dear students, in this session we will take up a problem on material issues. So this is the first problem here. So in this problem it is given that the following transaction shows the purchase and issue of materials in the month of March 2020. That is on March 1st, opening stock of 1200 units at rupees 8 per unit. March 2nd, purchase of 1000 units at rupees 10 per unit. March 5th, issue of 800 units. March 8th, purchase of 500 units at rupees 15 per unit. March 12th, issue of 1500 units. March 20th, purchase of 700 units at rupees 18 per unit. March 23rd, issue of 500 units. March 25th, purchase of 2000 units at rupees 20 per unit. March 28th, issue of 1800 units, and March 31st, issue of 300 units. So we already know the format of the stores ledger account here. So we'll have three sections here along with the date. So this is the date column. This is the date column. So after the date we have receipts, issues and balances. So there are three sections. Under each of these three sections we'll have three subcolumns as quantity, that is the quantity received, rate at which it is received, and the value, that is quantity into rate is the value here. And then similarly issues, the quantity issued, the rate at which it is issued, and the value of materials issued. And similarly the balance available after the issue here, so that will be shown here, how much of quantity is available and at what rate and the value of it. So this is how it is shown. Okay, let's take it one by one. So now whenever we have the opening stock, so we have to take the opening stock first. So the opening stock is, we know it is nothing but the closing stock of the previous month is carried forward for the current month. So therefore this is stores ledger account. We can also write it as for the month of March 2020, whatever is given. So now, so first March is given as the opening stock and is not either a receipt or a issue. So therefore the opening stock should always be directly shown under the balance column. So I will take it as, okay, I have to write the date here. The date is March 1st. Quantity of opening stock is 1200 units. And the rate given is rupees 8 per unit, at the rate of rupees 8 per unit, and the value, so this comes to 9600 rupees, right? So this is the, should be entered in the balance column as it is the opening stock here. So therefore this is 1200 units at the rate of rupees 8 per unit and amounting to rupees 9600. Now on March 2nd, purchase of 1000 units at rupees 10 per unit. So purchase means when the materials are purchased, it is the receipt for the source department. So therefore let us take it as March 2nd, purchase of 1000 units. So it is 1000 here, 1000 at the rate of rupees 10 per unit, and the amount is 10 into 1000, that comes to 10,000 rupees here. So 10,000. So there is no issue here on this date. So therefore the balance. So when we show the balance, when the materials have the materials are at different rates, it is to be shown separately. So now we have to show both of these units separately here. 1000 unit, 200 units, that is the opening balance carried forward, and that will continue as it is until it is issued, 9600. And then the new purchase of 1000 units at the rate of rupees 10 per unit, amounting to rupees 10,000. So this is the balance as on this date. This is the balance as on this date. Now on March 5th, there is an issue of 800 units. Okay, let us take it as March 5th, issue of 800 units. So issue of 800 units. So that thing will appear in the receipt column here. So in the issue column, the issue of 800 units. I'll take it in the next line. Issue of 800 units. And now when we have to make an issue here, we have to look at the previous balance here. The previous balance is we have 1200 units at rupees 8 per unit and 1000 units at the rate of 10 rupees per unit. Now since it is a FIFO method, so this is we have preparing the ledger account under the first in first out method. So here whichever the materials which is received first has to be issued first. So therefore this is the first the receipt to the stores department, 1200 units at 8 rupees. So therefore we have to issue these 800 units at the rate of rupees 8, which is the first receipt to the department. So therefore I am going to take it as 8 rupees per unit here. So 8 into 8, so this comes to 6400 rupees. 6400 is the value of the issue. Now so this is the only issue in the on this date now. So that we have to take the balance now. The balance is, see, out of 1200 units we have already issued 800 units, so 1200 minus 800, so there will be 400 units are remaining out of this stock at the rate of rupees 8 per unit. So this comes to 3200 rupees. And then the another the previous balance of 1000, that will continue as it is because it is not utilized. So 1000 at the rate of 10, so that will continue as it is, rupees 10,000. So this is the balance as on the date, that is March 5th here, March 5th. Now let us go to the next transaction here. I'll put a line for each so that you can have a separators. Now after March 5th we have March 8th, purchase of 500 units at the rate of rupees 15 per unit. So I will enter that receipt here. So on March 8th, purchase of 500 units, so that has to be entered under the receipt column. As soon as it is purchased, it is delivered to the stores department. So purchase of 500 units at the rate of 15 per unit, and this is 500 into 15, so this comes to 7500. So this will be the value, that will be the value of the materials that is received. Now nothing is be shown in the issue column. Now coming back to the balance here. So now we have earlier in the previous date we have two different balances, and now with two different rates. So here again the rate of the material is different, so therefore we will have three balances here. So 400 units at the rate of rupees 8, that is 3200, and this 1000 will continue as it is, 1000 into 10, that is amounting to 10,000. And then the new balance, that is new addition to the stores department, that is 500 units at the rate of 15 rupees, amounting to 7500. So this is the new balance. Now we have three different materials as on this date. Now let us go to the next date here. See, after May, that is after March 8th, so the next is the March 12th. On March 12th we have issue of 1000 units, 1500 units, issue of 1500 units. Okay, now let us go for the issue now. March 12th, I'll go to the issue column. Under the issue column we have to make an issue of 1500 units here. Okay, now so look at the previous balances here. See, out of the 1500 units we have three different rates here, and 1500 units are not available under the same rate. So therefore we actually go on issuing right from the first in first out, that is the first received is to be issued first. So now I will take up 400 units here, 400 units at the rate of rupees 8, amounting to 3200. So now this complete stock is exhausted, and then we have to issue a total of 1500 units. So out of 1500 you have issued only 400. Now another 1000 units is available under at the rate of 10 rupees. So we will make use of this entire 1000 units, because what we need is 500 units here. So 1000 at the rate of 10 rupees, so amounting to again 10,000, and then we have to issue how much? 1500 here. So out of 1500 we have already issued 400 at the rate of 8, 1000 at the rate of 10. So the balance of 100 units is to be issued, and this 100 units can be issued out of this 500 units of stock. So at the rate of 15 rupees per unit. So this amounts to 1500. Now this is the issue as on March 12th. Now let us go to the balance. When we come to the balance, we don't have the balance of these 400 because this is exhausted here, and 1000 units at the rate of 10 is also exhausted. So what remains here is, so out of 15 rupees stock we have 500 minus 100, so we have a balance of 400 units at the rate of 15 rupees per unit. So this is the balance available. So this is 15 into 4 is, that comes to 6000 rupees. So this is the balance available as on March 12th. Okay, now let us move on to the next transaction. After